Hi there Taurus, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This will be your weekly intuitive tarot reading for July 13th through to the 19th. Let's get your oracle cards out to see what the overarching theme or message is. The cards have been very animated today, guys. I don't seem to be able to hold on to them. But I'm really looking for those really direct one card flips or falls that I really feel when it's the right message. Oracle card for Taurus, please. And sometimes it takes a while. If it does take too long, then I will choose. Take the top one there. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. I really love that card, guys, because it's really, for me, signifies getting back into that universal flow. And we've all had that feeling when life feels hard and it feels like we're swimming against the current. And I often think that that happens when we're not on track and the universe is trying to get our attention to make a change. And then, you know, sometimes when we make positive changes for ourselves, all of a sudden things seem to flow. Kundalini. Some of you might be going through an awakening, even a Kundalini awakening. It's becoming more common these days. You know, or it could be that through your meditations and things like that, it's when the ideas or inspirations come through. Inspirations. Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Let's get out your energy for the recent past. Energies leaving, completing, or transitioning in your life. What you may be journeying. Judgment. The big guns, guys. You know, there maybe is a wake-up call or a final call on a situation. That might be the thing that you're needing to move away from so that you can accept a new offer, a new beginning, or to get passionate about life again, right? You know, that Ace of Wands is really a dance of life card. It's like everything flowing, feeling lit up on all levels. Let's go for something just flipped over. It's the Hermit. Okay. Some of you might need a little bit of introspection time to heal, to reflect. We've got the Empress at the bottom of this deck, guys. That can really mean that it's time to really reconnect with that divine feminine energy, whether you're male or female, moving with the natural rhythms, your own and those of the natural world as well. Let's get the clarifiers. Clarified Judgment for Taurus. Nine of Wands, yeah. Almost complete. Almost complete. Final Judgment. What will you do? 9 plus 1 is 10. Completion. Let me recover the cards, Taurus, that I have thrown across the room. And I will clarify that Ace of Wands with the King of Wands. Wow, looking up towards that Ace of Wands longingly, because the King of Wands goes, you know what? Give it to me. I know how to use that thing. Hermit and Wheel of Fortune. Wow, that's a power energy there, guys. Five of Wands at the bottom of this deck. You know, this Final Judgment wants to remove conflict from your life, to move you out of that, you know, that place where you might feel that energy, your own, somebody else's, is just being used unconstructively, right? This is time to get real, to do the deep inner work, to get on purpose. You know, Five of Wands is very unproductive for me. It's like, you know, the gossip, the power play, all those kind of things that just can kind of stop you from really putting energy in the right places in your life, let's just say. So I think that's what the Judgment is. It's like, hey, you know what? Time to get on purpose. I've got bigger plans for you. Accept this wand. Okay, so Kundalini, guys, you know, it's the energy of awakening. It's feeling that life force energy moving through you again. And there's practices that you can do to evoke that. And I honestly feel that sometimes when we shut down that connection with our life force energy, that's when we can get really stagnant in our life and get out of the flow of dance. So sometimes it's good to take, well, sometimes regularly if possible, take that time to meditate, take that time to tune in, you know, really feel into those energy centers, get some energy healing, tune into the chakras, get things moving again. Some of you might be going through a spiritual awakening. I won't rule that out as well. But the key theme I'm seeing here is do something to change your energy to get back into the dance of life. Now, what is that thing that we need to change? It's something to do with this final judgment, guys. There is a final judgment that needs to be made on a situation that is keeping you small, keeping you confined, and keeping that life force energy stuck. It's time to move, to get inspired again. I think I'll just read them from here for a second. And we've got the Nine of Wands and the Judgment energy. So there's a sense that you need to liberate yourself, Taurus. The Nine of Wands is kind of that worn out warrior, you know, battling through life, really wanting to complete something, getting across the finish line, but not quite being able to. Sort of a little bit of that fight or flight energy, maybe having to use the energy just to battle through, to protect themselves, to get through the day, get through the relationship, whatever it is. That really need to complete this and get out of that way of being, and it's the Judgment energy that does that for us. It's the wake up call. It's hearing that angel's trumpet. That's a metaphor for the fact that the universe is intervening. It's divine intervention to get your attention, to say there's something in your life that is greatly limiting your potential, greatly limiting the possibilities. That the Empress over to the right here is saying, hey, I'm here, I'm trying to get your attention. But first of all, you need to clear something from your life. So, you know, we see these people here launching out of these boxes that are the confined spaces, the devil energy, the toxicity, the self-limiting beliefs, the things keeping us small, the job, the relationship, whatever it is for you. There's a sense that we need to free ourselves from it, to release, to liberate, to step into the unknown, to step into the vulnerability, to end a karmic contract. We have the Wheel of Fortune in this reading. There's a sense here that whatever situation you're in that is limiting you you've paid your dues, your karmic dues, it's done its time, and now it's time to move on. And we have free will down here on earth, and we can choose to say, you know what, I'm quite comfortable here, even though that karmic contract I know is finished. I'm just going to hang out here for a bit longer. But that doesn't serve us, guys. That's when we start getting stagnant. That's when we get out of the flow of life. We need to move on to the next challenge. And sometimes it means releasing things and people that we love or care about. You know, it's absolutely okay to leave something we love if it's in the best interests of both parties. I forgot that was behind there, Taurus. Yeah, exactly. That's what we have to do sometimes. Make a necessary rite of passage. That's what the Six of Swords is. Leaving behind a situation that's no longer in our best interest, might be even putting us off balance, tumultuous emotions, all that sort of thing, to move into a greater sense of harmony. There's a sense here that you need to move on from whatever that limiting situation is, because there's a new beginning here that's so much more on purpose, so much more passionately connected for you with the Ace of Wands. And you know, I mentioned this before, but I love it how Spirit does this to me with that Nine of Wands plus 1 wand equals 10 wands, which is completion. So it's saying that the moving on, you know, the moving on is the action that you need to take to complete that previous situation and then invite change into your life. That's when it can come in. The Ace of Wands is a passionate new start, new beginning. Yes, it can be a passionate new offer of love. If it's a work reading for you, it can be that job, that situation, that team, that colleague that lights you up, that, you know, feels all just made for you and you feel energetic, enthusiastic. It's getting your life force back, Kundalini. But it's, you know, aces are number one. They are the seeds of potential that we need to plant, nurture, and love so that they can expand into abundance for us. And you're being asked to be on the lookout, Taurus, for this Ace of Wands opportunity this week. That's what the King of Wands does. The King of Wands is that great entrepreneur who has his eyes on the prize and is looking and seeking those opportunities to better himself, to move forward with passion and purpose. So that King of Wands, you know, he was in the spread just looking at that wand and saying, Yep, that's one for me. Give it to me because I know how to use that and expand it. So you're being asked to evoke the King of Wands energy, which is, you know, mature, dominant, savvy, you know, able to discern what's a good opportunity to pursue and what's not, making really intelligent decisions for their lives, like treating your life like a business transaction. You know, what's the best investment for me? What's going to give me a return on investment? And then following those opportunities. Yeah, I love that. So as your result or outcome energy over here, Taurus, Wheel of Fortune and Hermit. What a double whammy this is. So yeah, look, there could be a little bit of a hermit phase that is required. Rest, recovery, healing. This is also a really spiritual card, so it really ties into that Kundalini energy. Some of you might be going through profound shifts of consciousness as well. The Wheel of Fortune here says that this is all unfolding in divine timing, in divine planning, divinely orchestrated. Judgment is kind of similar to that. So there's a sense here that that wheel wants to shift and turn. There's an ending of a karmic contract here, final judgment on something, and moving into the next lesson. The Dance with Life kind of reminds me of the Dancer on the World energy. It's this great completion, guys, right? And that's why there could be the Hermit card here, because we might need a little bit of a pause in between before the path forward begins to be revealed, because that's the star energy there burning in the Hermit's lantern, which is the energy of healing, of new dreams, a new pathway opening up, you know, new desires, all of those kinds of things. And it's the more we seek internally, we join the dots, we have our hindsight, we self-reflect on the situation playing out, you know, that's when that star energy burns brighter and the path forward is revealed. So the path forward will be revealed in time to the person who seeks. And the Wheel of Fortune, yeah, I mean, total luck change, guys. It is turning towards the Empress, which is the new. This is the new beginning, the new dreams that the star wants to bring you. The Empress is, let's pop these down, the biggest card of possibility in the tarot, and she wants to birth into the physical material realm whatever it is you desire. And the star is the divine wish fulfillment card. So we have a sense here that out of this final judgment, out of this liberation, you're moving closer to your divine wish fulfillment, and it's the Empress that wants to help you bring that in. So I love that, guys. I might just leave it on that note. I think it's a nice little ending there. Taurus, I do hope you enjoyed the reading. Keep in mind it is a general reading, so it might not be for everyone, and that is fine. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Feel free to leave me a comment. I do read them all and try and respond to them all. It helps me get to know you guys and connect with your energies. And I'll see you back here for another weekly reading next week.